Mic check, 1, 2, what is this? Thank you, Father. Thank you, Abba. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this love, Father. Thank you for this life, Father. Thank you for giving your son, Father. Thank you for opportunity, Father. Thank you for redemption, Father. Thank you for the blessings, Father. Thank you for the curses, Father. Thank you for the good things, Father. Thank you for your chastisement, Father. Thank you for bringing us back to you, Father. There's nothing greater. There's none greater. There's nothing greater. There's none greater. Thank you, Abba. All right, y'all. Welcome back to Just the Milk, episode number 9. Today, we're going to be going over the story of Balaam. The story of Balaam. And this guy was a prophet. According to the book, he was a prophet. Was he an Israelite? Was he a son of Jacob, a son of Israel? It's not said. Was he receiving power for the Most High? It appears to be so. It appears to be so. All power comes from the Most High. Anybody with any true power is coming from the Most High. So we're going to get into this story, man, and see why, right? The story is important. Let's see why this story was mentioned in Revelation. Let's see why this story was mentioned as a lesson to get one of your rewards. Let's see why Balaam is so important in Revelation, so important for you. Now, last lesson, we went over the churches in Revelation, and one of the churches mentioned the story of Balaam. So let's get into that, man. Let's get into that. All right, here we go. What is this mysterious doctrine, right? So let's start with Revelations 2, verses 13 to 14. This is just going to be a reminder of one of the things we discussed last week, right? Let's go. Verse 13. I know thy works and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou beholdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you where Satan dwelleth. So Antipas, once again, was the guy who was burned alive in the bull, right? And the Most High is saying, hey, even through all that, you know what I mean? Y'all represented my name well. Y'all did the works, even in dwelling in a place where you're persecuted, right? So let's go to verse 14. It says, but I have few things against thee, because thou hast therein them that hold the doctrine of Balaam. So we always read this, we always hear this, but what is the doctrine of Balaam? What is the story of Balaam? And that's what we're going to go over together today. So this is just a quick story time. That's all this is. It's a quick story time. I don't know how quick it's going to be. I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible, but I can't, in order for me to give this thing justice, I can't skip over anything. I just can't. So it says, let's continue verse 14. Who taught the Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel. So we're going to find out what the stumbling block is in detail, right? According to what? The Sanhedrin. So that's a little bit outside of the milk, but I believe that it's always good to keep things in context. I could have made a separate video and had it under the videos that will be titled Eat the Meat, Leave the Bones, or just Leave the Bones, right? But it will lose the context within the milk, right? So let's keep going. Let's keep reading. It says to eat things sacrificed unto idols and to commit fornication, right? So that was the stumbling block. So let's get into this story. Let's get a detail, because in real time, this doesn't mean much to anybody. If I tell you, hey, there's a reward in heaven for you, but in order to receive this reward, you have to not follow the doctrine of Balaam, right? Why? Because Balaam cast a stumbling block, right? He taught Balak to cast a stumbling block. So that doesn't mean anything to anybody, right? So that's why we have to go back. We have to remember and go back into the book and find out what this doctrine is actually about. So let's get it, man. All right. We're going to start in Numbers 22, the whole chapter. The whole chapter. Yep. Do your homework on how reading the whole chapter hit different. Do your homework about having full context just hit different, man. Let's get it. Let's get into the whoops. All right, man. Now, verse 1, it says, and the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side of Jordan by Jericho. Verse 2, and Balac, the son of Zipporah, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. So now this is coming. Now, let me put this chapter in context a little bit for you guys. So we're out of Egypt. And if you guys have been following my readings in Joshua, you will know that there were nations and people that Moses conquered. And then there's going to be nations and people that Joshua conquered after coming out of Egypt. So this is during that point after they came out of Egypt and they were conquering people along the way to the promised land, right? Verse 2, and Balac, the son of Zipporah, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. So coming out of Egypt, Israel was going to work on their way to the promised land. They were conquering people, right? And the word was spreading fast, right? Verse 3, and Moab was so afraid of the people because there were many, and Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balac, the son of Zippor, was king of the Moabites at that time. So now it's being put into perspective. Balak is king of the Moabites. And he's saying, hey, Israel is coming around and they're licking up everything. They're picking up everything. They're taking down everybody, all the potential enemies, right? Here we go, verse 5. He sent messengers, therefore, unto Balaam, the son of Peor, to Peor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, behold, there is a people come out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. Come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people, for they are too mighty for me. So now, all right, Balak is calling for Balaam to come and curse Israel because he's saying they're too mighty. Now let's continue. Verse 6, it says, peradventure I shall prevail that we may smite them and that I may drive them out of the land. So peradventure means as usual, or like as expected, right? I shall prevail that we may smite them and that I may drive them out of the land. For I wot that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and he whom thou cursest is cursed. So it says, for I know that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and he whom thou cursest is cursed. So when somebody knows something, this is based on history. This is based on a reputation. So Balaam had a reputation for cursing people and blessing people. All right. Let's get into it. So now, all right, verse 7. And the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the rewards of divination in their hand. And they came unto Balaam and spake unto him the words of Balak. So now the elders of Midian are coming to Balaam with gifts, with rewards for his divination. So it's saying, hey, once you curse these people, these are going to be the rewards that I will give you, right? So verse 8, and he said unto them, lodge here this night, and I will bring you word again, as the Most High shall speak unto me. And the princes of Moab abode with Balaam, right? So Balaam saying, all right, I hear what y'all saying. Stay with me tonight. I'm going to go talk to the Most High. I'm going to go chop it up with the Most High to see what he going to say, right? Y'all hold tight. Let's see what the Most High says. Verse 9, and the Most High came unto Balaam. So the Most High was actually working with Balaam, the diviner, the guy who was blessing people and cursing people. That's why I said, I don't know. You know, they said who his father was and stuff like that, but I'm not sure. It's debated who he really is, right? And God came unto Balaam and said, what men are these with thee? And Balaam said unto the Most High, Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, have sent unto me, saying, behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, which covereth the face of the earth. See, he just said it's a people. He didn't tell him it was Israel, right? He said there's a people come out of Egypt, which covereth the face of the earth. Come now, curse me them peradventure. It's like as usual, curse me them. I shall be able to overcome them and drive them out. Verse 12. And the Most High said unto Balaam, thou shalt not go with them. Thou shalt not curse the people, for they are blessed. So he can't just be anybody who just has the ear of the Most High, right? If the Most High is dealing with him, he has to be somebody who's been doing something right, right? So let's keep going. It's a man of knowledge, a man of wisdom, right? Let's keep going. Verse 13. And Balaam rose up in the morning and said unto the princes of Balak, get you into your land, for the Most High refuseth to give me leave to go with you. Verse 14. So he's saying, hey, the Most High won't let me go with y'all, man. Y'all might as well just go back home. I can't, it ain't gonna work. All right, here we go. Verse 14. And the princes of Moab rose up, and they went unto Balak and said, Balaam refuseth to come with us. So they went back home and said, hey, Balaam ain't rocking with us. He saw the rewards, and the Most High said, nah, he can't come. So now let's see what they say. Verse 15. And Balak sent yet again princes, more and more honorable than they. And they came to Balaam and said to him, thus saith Balak the son of Zipporah, let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me. He said, hey, don't let nothing stop you from coming to me, bro. I'm sending better, bigger princes, better gifts. Come on, man. Verse 17, it says, for I will promote thee unto a very great honor, and I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come, therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people. Verse 18, and Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of the Most High my God to do less or more. So he said, hey, even if he gave me all that, I still can't go beyond the Most High, my God, the Most High, my power to do less or more. So he was giving the Most High credit for his gifts, right? He said, hey, I can only do what the Most High allows me to do. So as so far, it seems like he a good guy. What's wrong with the doctrine of Balaam? Let's see. Let's keep going. Verse 19, now therefore I pray you, tarry ye also here this night, that I may know what the Most High will say unto me. More. So he said, hey, I'm gonna go unto him again. I'm gonna go call the Most High again, waste his time again. He already told me one thing. I'm gonna go again. Just for y'all, just because you send some more people. I'm gonna go again and check. All right, verse 20. And the Most High came unto Balaam at night and said unto him, if the men come to call thee, rise up and go with them. But yet the word which I shall say unto thee, that shalt thou do. So this time the Most High changed his answer. He said, all right, man, you keep coming to me. All right, this time when they come to you, rise up and go. But you can only do what I tell you to do, nothing more. All right, verse 21. And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and went with the princes of Moab. All right. Now this section we're going into is called the angel and Balaam's donkey. Verse 22. And the Most High's anger was kindled because he went. And the angel of the Most High stood in the way for an adversary against him. The angel of the Most High stood in the way for an adversary against him. Against Balaam. This is against Balaam because he went. So the Most High told him he can go, but he was still mad. All right. So here we go. Now he was riding upon his ass, and two servants were with him. And the ass saw the angel of the Most High standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. Here we go. In Revelation, there was a mention of an angel with a sword drawn into his hand. I'm not going to go into who it is. If you want to know who that was, go watch the lesson. It should be up here. I'm going to see if I can put a card up here. Go watch that lesson first, then come back to this one. Because this one is going to do you no good. This story is going to do you no good if you don't know why I'm talking about this. If you don't know what reward will come from overcoming this story. This reward will do you no good. Right? Here we go. Or this story will do you no good, not reward. Here we go. And the ass, verse 23. And the ass saw the angel of the Most High standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field. And Balaam smote the ass to turn her into the way. But the angel of the Most High stood in a path of the vineyards, a wall being on this side and a wall being on that side. And when the ass saw the angel of the Most High, she thrust herself unto the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall. And he smote her again. So now Balaam's donkey is acting up. Is actually acting up, right? I'm about to say something else, right? Verse 26. And the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place where was no way to turn either to the right hand or to the left. And when the ass saw the angel of the Most High, she fell down under Balaam, and Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with a staff. All right, verse 28. And the Most High opened the mouth of the ass, and she said unto Balaam, what have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these three times? So now the Most High opened the mouth of the donkey. The donkey said to him, hey, bro, why you hitting me? Why you beating up on me, dog? All right. All right, it says, verse 29, it says, and Balaam said unto the ass, because thou hast mocked me, I would there were a sword in my hand, for now would I kill thee. And the ass said unto Balaam, am not I thine ass, upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was thine until this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? So he said, was I ever known to do so unto thee? Right? And it says, and he said, no, nay. And he said, nay. So he said, hey, dog, I've been your donkey since you bought me. I've been the one that you've been riding since the day you got me, bro. Have I ever acted up like this before? So there must be a reason. He said, so there must be a reason. I'm not known to act up like this. Right? So here we go. Watch this. Now it says, then the Most High opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Most High standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And he bowed down his head and fell flat on his face. So when he saw this angel, hey, now let me get down off this. Let me fall on my face. Same way John fell on his face. Verse 32. John the Revelator I'm talking about. And in the last lesson, he fell on his face, right? Verse 32. And the angel of the Most High said unto him, wherefore hast thou smitten thine ass these three times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me. So now the angel's talking to him. He said, hey, why you beating up on this donkey, bro? He said, I went out to withstand thee because thy way is perverse before me. So perverse in this context is reckless. I've already looked it up. It's reckless. Thy way is reckless before me. Verse 33. Now it says, and the ass saw me and turned from me these three times. Unless she had turned from me, surely now also I had slain thee and saved her alive. So it said, hey, if the ass had not been acting up like it was acting up, I would have killed you and left the ass alive. And left the donkey alive, right? Now it says, verse 34. And Balaam said unto the angel of the Most High, I have sinned, for I knew not that thou stoodest in the way against me. Now, see, he ain't have no excuse. Say, hey, man, I couldn't see you. He said, hey, see, this is how when you're in the presence of righteousness, when you're in the presence of holiness, everything is your fault. Everything ain't gonna be no excuses. Ain't gonna be no, hey, well, Father, if you had made me stronger, nah, you gonna understand the truth when you're in the presence of holiness, right? Now it says, now therefore, if it displease thee, I will get me back again. He says, now he said, hey, if it displease you, what I'm doing, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home, bro. Now watch this, 35. Verse 35. And the angel of the Most High said unto Balaam, go with the men, but only the word that I shall speak unto thee. that thou shalt speak. So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. And when Balak heard that Balaam was come, he went out to meet him unto a city of Moab, which is in the border of Arnon, which is in the utmost coast. Verse 37. And Balak said unto Balaam, did I not earnestly send unto thee to call thee? Wherefore camest thou not unto me? Am I not able indeed to promote thee to honor? So he said, hey man, then I called you. What took you so long? Do you not believe that I'm able to give you the honor and the riches and stuff that I told you I was going to give you? Come on, bro. You acting up, bro. I told you to come on the first time. And you talking about the most I wouldn't let you. But you tripping. All right. So here we go. Verse 38. And Balaam said unto Balak, lo, I am come unto thee. Have I now any power at all to say anything? Right? So he said, hey, I still don't have any power to say anything. I did come to you. Right? It says, the word that God putteth in my mouth, that shall I speak. So I did come to you, but I can't say nothing except what the Most High tell me. I can't say nothing except what the Most High tell me. So I'm here. I hope it was worth it. I'm here. I hope it was worth it. Right? Verse 39. And Balaam went with Balak, and they came unto Kirjath-Huzoth. And Balak offered oxen and sheep and sent to Balaam and to the princes that were with him. And it came to pass on the morrow that Balak took Balaam and brought him up into the high places of Baal. So we know what he on, right? That thence he might see the utmost part of the people. So he brought them up into the mountains so they can look down on Israel. That's the people they looking down on, right? So now Balaam's first oracle. Now, verse 1, we're going to chapter 23, a whole chapter again. It's really just a story time. We're going to go through. It's going to all make sense, though, at the end of the story. It's only a few chapters. It's going to make sense. Watch this. And Balaam said unto Balak, build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken. And Balak and Balaam offered on every altar a bullock and a ram. And Balaam said unto Balak, stand by thy burnt offering, and I will go. Peradventure, the Most High will come to meet me, and whatsoever he showeth me, I will tell thee. And he went to an high place. So he said, hey, you stay here with the burnt offering, right? So Balaam, which is the follower of the Most High, is giving Balak the instructions on how to build the altar. So he built them to how the Most High wanted them built, right? So he said, you stay here with the altars and the burnt offering. I'm going to go to the Most High and talk. I'm going to go to a high place and talk with the Most High. Let's go. Here we go. Verse 4. And the Most High met Balaam, and he said unto him, I have prepared 7 altars, and I have offered upon every altar a bullock and a ram. And the Most High put a word in Balaam's mouth and said, return unto Balak, and thus thou shalt speak. And he returned unto him, and lo, he stood by his burnt sacrifice, he and all the princes of Moab. And he took up his parable and said, Balak, the king of Moab, hath brought me from Aram, out of the mountains of the east, saying, come, curse me, Jacob, and come defy Israel. How shall I curse whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Most High hath not defied? Verse 9, from the top of the rocks I see him. So I see him, that's Israel, right? And from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. So they were set apart. Verse 10, who can count the dust of Jacob, and the number of the 4th part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his. Verse 11, and Balak said unto Balaam, what hast thou done unto me? I took thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them altogether. So Balak is upset. He said, hey man, I brought you up here to curse Israel, not bless him. But Balaam already told him I can only do what the Most High allows me to do. And this is why I say I'm not sure we're not sure who Balaam is, because if he was with Israel, he would have been with the sons of Israel. This is how they got to Egypt, right? Jacob, it was a famine, and Jacob went down with the sons. Joseph was ruling. And As the rulers died off, they forgot Joseph and Israel, and they put them into slavery because they were becoming too strong and because they were going off. The Most High allowed them to go into slavery, right? So maybe Balaam is, one of the sons of Jacob that left early, that escaped while they were in slavery. I don't know. Maybe he's a descendant of Ishmael. I don't know. Could be a bunch of things, right? But either way, right? The Most High is dealing with him. So, and Balak is mad because Balaam is only doing what the Most High is saying to do. Verse 12, he answered and said, must I not take heed to speak that which the Most High have put in my mouth? All right. Do you expect me not to say what the Most High told me to say? Right? Let's go to verse 13. And Balak said unto him, come, I pray thee, with me unto another place, from whence thou mayest see them. Thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shalt not see them all. So he said, hey, I'm going to send you. I'm going to take you to another place where you can just see a little bit of them. Let's see if you could just, right? It says, and curse me them from thence. So he said, hey, you're going to be able to see a little bit of them. I want you to curse just them right there over there. I'm going to take you to a different angle on the mountain. Just curse these little people over here, right? It says, and he brought him into the field of Zophim, to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. Verse 15, and he said unto Balak, stand here by thy burnt offering, while I meet the Most High yonder. And the Most High met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth. And the Most High said, go again unto Balak, and say thus. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his burnt offering, and the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said unto him, what have the Most High spoken? Right, verse 18. And he took up his parable and said, rise up, Balak, and hear. Hearken unto me, thou son of Zipporah. God is not a man, that he should lie, neither the son of man, that he should repent. Have he said, and shall he not do? Or have he spoken, and shall he not make it good? They said, hey, man, God is not a man. He don't go back on his word. He don't lie. Whatever he said he was going to do, that's what he going to do. That's what he stand by, right? That's his word. His word is bond. His word is good, right? Here we go. Verse 20, behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he have blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He have not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither have he seen perverseness in Israel. The Most High his God is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. The Most High brought them out of Egypt. He hath as it were the strength of a unicorn. The strength of an unicorn. It's interesting. Unicorns are biblical. Before I went back and read this story, I never paid attention to that. Something to think about. Verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have God wrought? So he's saying, hey, bro, as of now, this is what it is. Nothing can change right now. Now it says, behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey and drink the blood of the slain. Verse 25, and Balak said unto Balaam, neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all. But Balaam answered and said unto Balak, told not I thee, saying, all that the Most High speaketh, that I must do. So, Balak like, hey, bro, I know I told you to curse them, but if you ain't gonna curse them, you ain't got to go blessing them, bro. You ain't got to go trying to bless them. He said, hey, bro, I told you from the jump, all that the Most High say, that I must do. Let's continue. And Balak said unto Balaam, come, I pray thee, I will bring thee unto another place, peradventure. It will please the Most High that thou mayest curse me them from thence. So he said, it will please God that you can curse them from this new place I'm about to take you, right? Balak don't get it yet. It ain't sinking in. And I'm trying to talk as little bit as possible throughout the verses, only because it's a lot to go. It's a lot to go through. So it's a lot. All right, it's a lot of milk. Here we go. And Balak brought Balaam unto the top of Peor, that looketh toward Jeshimon. And Balaam said unto Balak, build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. So then it's obvious that in order for Balaam to get an audience with the Most High, he had to build the 7 altars. He had to sacrifice the 7 bullocks and the 7 rams, right? All right, now we're going to chapter 24. And when Balaam saw that it pleased the Most High to bless Israel, he went not, as at other times, to seek for enchantments, but he set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents according to their tribes. And the Spirit of the Most High came upon him. See, that's why I told you had to be decent. You had to be a man of character for the Spirit to be coming upon him, for the Most High to be dwelling with him. But even though you are a man of character and the Spirit is coming upon you, you still have to hold fast to your crown. See, you can still fall off. You can still be tempted. And that's why the devil was trying to come to Yeshua. The devil tempted him with things, the same Yeshua or Christ with things, the same way he's tempting Balaam with things, right? So let's keep going. Verse 3, and he took up his parable and said, Balaam, the son of Peor, have said, and the man whose eyes are open have said, he have said, which hear the words of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel. As the valleys are they spread forth, as gardens by the riverside, as the trees of line aloes, which the Most High hath planted, and as cedar trees beside the waters. Verse 7, he shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. The Most High brought him forth out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of an unicorn. He shall eat up the nations, his enemies, and shall break their bones, and pierce them through with his arrows. He couched, he lay down as a lion, and as a great lion, who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee. They say, hey, blessed is those who bless Jacob, and cursed is those that curse Jacob and his sons. Deep. Verse 10, and Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he smote his hands together, clapped his hands together. And Balak said unto Balaam, I called thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast altogether blessed them these 3 times. Therefore now flee thou to thy place. I thought to promote thee unto great honor, but lo, the Most High have kept thee back from honor. And Balaam said unto Balak, Spake I not also to thy messengers which thou sentest unto me, saying, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the commandment of the Most High to do either good or bad of mine own mind. But what the Most High saith, that I will speak. Right? And now behold, I go unto my people. Come therefore, and I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. So, man, this is deep. So what's really being said, like, hey, bro, I really want the riches. But an angel came unto me, and the Most High came unto me and said these things. Even though I desperately desire for these riches, I can't do anything right now. I cannot go against the Most High. But right in verse 14, this is it. This is the key. This is what everybody passes over. So, right, I'm going to read verse 14. It says, and now behold, I go unto my people. So he said, I'm about to go back home. On this trip, I can only do what the Most High says. I can only say what the Most High says. but I'm about to go back home to my people. He said, hey, I want you to come, therefore, and I will advertise thee, or I will advise you. I will advise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. So in the future, I'm going to tell you what's supposed to happen in the future. So if you come, I'm going to tell you how to get over on Israel. Right? So now watch this. He got one more oracle. Balaam's fourth oracle. It says, and he took up his parable and said, Balaam, the son of Peor, hath said, and the man whose eyes are open hath said, he hath said, which heard the words of the Most High, and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel. This is a foretelling of Christ. It says, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies. And Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. So this is what I'm saying. This is a prophecy of Christ coming out of Balaam, right? So the Most High uses those who he uses. But let's keep going. Right? So remember I told you there was going to be a stumbling. So now you got it. Now all of a sudden, so Balaam did everything the Most High told him to do while he was on his trip. Right? And he told him, hey, come back to my space. Come back to my place after this. And we're going to talk. I'm going to advertise. Another word for advertise is advise. So when you look at an advertisement for something, if it's an advertisement for a car, they're advising you, or they're recommending that you buy a certain car. You look at an advertisement for a food or a cake. They're advertising, they're suggesting to you that you buy a certain cake. So there's going to be something that he will advertise to them about what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. So now let's see what happens to Israel in the next chapter. Very next chapter, Numbers 25. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. So he was king of the Moabites. And the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab, and they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods. And the people did eat and bowed down to their gods. And Israel joined himself unto Baalpeor. And the anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel. And the Most High said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up, therefore, against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Most High may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men that were joined to Baalpeor. So that was the plan. That was the plan. That was the stumbling block. You got to put two and two together. Now I'm going to bounce back up to Revelation 2. Now let's read this. It says, but I have a few things against thee, because thou hast dared them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication. This is the stumbling block. Balaam said, hey, come back to me to my crib, and I ain't going to tell you what to do. If you listen to all of the forecast, he say you can't touch the children of Israel right now because they're doing well. If you want me to curse Israel, you have to cause them to fall. That's the only way the Most High will turn from them. But as long as they have the protection of the Most High, there is nothing that I can do. So he said, hey, come back with me to my place. Now, this is the doctrine of Balaam. It's to cast a stumbling block before the people, right? And this stumbling block was to join them to Baalpeor. Now, this next portion, that's the crux of the lesson, right? This next portion is not kid friendly. If you have kids, because we about to go and say, I'm about to tell y'all, if you have kids, turn off the lesson right now or skip ahead maybe 15 minutes. I'm not sure. You can look, I'll put markers in the actual YouTube video. But I repeat, this part of the lesson is not for children. It's not kid friendly. So what we about to do is actually see, here it says, slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baalpeor. So now we're going to do a little research on what the doctrine of Baalpeor is. What did Balaam have them doing with his daughters? With the daughters of Moab, with daughters of the Moabites? What did Balaam have them doing? Or maybe I should put it, what did Balak have them doing? Balaam just advised. Balak actually carried it out. Now watch this. Now, the Sanhedrin, we're going to look into the Sanhedrin. The Sanhedrin is a book written by elders or so-called rabbis. And I'm not saying I follow the Sanhedrin. I'm not saying everything in there is right. I'm not saying everything here is right. What I'm doing here, right, I'm trying to give us a glimpse into what they were doing. So this book is written by elders and rabbis who have extended knowledge on what Baalpeor worship is. And it's called the Sanhedrin. So we're in the Sanhedrin 106, Part A, Section 8. You can Google this. It's freely available on the web to figure out what the Baal worship is that they were doing at Peor. And we're going to go through it. We're going to go through it. It's deep. It's deep. We're going to go through it. Watch this. Balaam says to them, the God of these Jewish people despises lewdness. So this is the advice. This is the advice. Balaam said to them, this is the advice he gave Balak. The God of these Jewish people, or the God of the children of Jacob, despise lewdness, and they desire linen garments, as they have no new garments. Come and I will give you advice, or I will advertise, make for them enclosures using wall hangings, and seat prostitutes in them, with an old woman outside the enclosure and a young woman inside, and have the women sell them linen garments. So basically the Sanhedrin is all the stories. It's a deeper insight based on stories that were passed down from generation to generation, or from rabbi to rabbi, from other books and literature that we may not have access to, right? And I'm not saying all of it is right. I'm saying this is what certain rabbis said, right? But this is just to give you an insight on the type of things they were doing. Once again, now it says, Section 9. Balak made for them enclosures using wall hangings from the snow mountain, the Hermon, unto Beat Hayeshimat, and he sat prostitutes in them, with an old woman outside and a young woman on the inside. At the time when Jewish people were eating and drinking and were glad and going out to stroll in the marketplace, the old woman would say to a Jew, aren't you seeking linen garments? He would enter the enclosure and ask the price. The old woman would quote him a price equal to its value. So the old woman would give him a fair price, right? And the young woman, the prostitute, would quote him a price less than his value. So the young woman would give him a cheaper price, right? It says that scenario would repeat itself 2 or 3 times. So he say, hey, the old woman, they'll come and get their linen garments. The old woman would come and they say, this is the price. And then they go into the prostitute and get a cheaper price. He'll come back 2 or 3 times. whenever he needed a linen, right? But then eventually there would be a gotcha, right? Now watch this. It says, and thereafter she would say to him, you are like a member of our household. Sit and choose for yourself the merchandise that you want. So she said, hey man, you've been a good shopper with me. You almost like a member of my household. Hey, whatever you want, whatever merchandise you want, I'm gonna hook you up. What merchandise do you want? That's what I'm gonna hook you up with, right? Now it says, choose for yourself the merchandise you want. And a jug of Ammonite wine was placed near her, and neither Ammonite wine nor Gentile wine had been prohibited yet for Jews. She said to him, is it your wish to drink a cup of wine? Once he drank the wine, his evil inclination burned within him. So he said he became under the influence. It says, he then said to her, submit to me and engage in intercourse with me. So she said, hey, for this cheaper price, for all the stuff I've done, hey, submit to me and engage with intercourse with me. She then removed the idol that she worshiped from her lap and said to him, worship this. He said to her, am I not Jewish? I am therefore forbidden from engaging in idol worship. She said to him, what is your concern? We are asking you to do nothing more than defecate in its presence. So all you had to do was boo-boo in its presence. Just crazy, right? All you had to do was boo-boo, do a number 2 in the presence of the idol. That was the worship. Nothing deep. It's crazy, but not it ain't sophisticated. You ain't gotta go on no adventure, right? Now watch this. It says, but he does not know that its worship is conducted in that manner. Once he did so, she said to him, moreover, I will not leave you until you deny the Torah of Moses, your teacher, as it is stated. So now she say, hey, see, he didn't know that just boo-booing was the worship. It says, but he does not know that his worship is conducted in that manner. So it was unbeknownst to him. But guess what? It didn't matter. They still fail. It's deep. Watch this. Once he did so, she said to him, moreover, I will not leave you until you deny the Torah of Moses, your teacher, as it is stated. But when they came to Baalpeor, they separated themselves to the shameful item, and they became detestable like that which they loved. Hosea 9 and 10. That was Hosea 9 and 10. Now watch this. They devoted themselves to the disgrace of defecation and detested the name of the Most High. Those 2 things, they fell off. Now watch this. Section 12. Now it says, with regard to the verse, and Israel dwelt in Shittim. Right? Now, this is deep. Rabbi Eliezer says, Shittim is the name of the place. And that part is in the Bible, right? Rabbi Yehoshua says it is an allusion, or it is alluding to the fact that they were engaged in matters of nonsense. And the word for nonsense is shatut. So that's why it says, i.e. prostitution and idol worship. But just now, let's look at the word shatut and look at our current language. Look at our current language. This is not for kids. This is grown folks. Look at the first 4 letters on Shittim. Right? And what were they doing in Shittim? They were defecating. And the first 4 letters, shit, means to do what? To defecate. This is deep. You say, hey, man, this a little far-fetched, right? You probably say, this a little far-fetched. Who would be doing this nowadays, right? I'm going to play this for you. Now, this is from an artist named Notorious B.I.G. Big Papa. He was signed to the Bad Boy label. One of the Diddy artists. Close friend of Jay-Z. Now, I'm going to play it. And it's not for the faint of heart. I'm also going to break it up a little bit because I know I might get copyrighted or whatever, but I don't care about that. It's more about the message. I could get copyrighted. I don't care. It's more about the message. So let's see if this is just some old and ancient thing, or let's see, could it be potentially still happening today? Right? Let's see what our top so-called secular prophets are talking about. Now, this is just the beginning of a song called Nasty Boy.
Yeah. I remember I met this one bitch. Cause you know me, I'm the nasty motherfucker. I thought I done did everything in the world.
So he said, I done did everything. I did everything in the world. Now, this is Biggie. Title of the album is Born Again. He said, I thought I did everything in the world. What else is there left for me to do? Baalpeor worship. What's it?
Yeah. I meet this one bitch. I comes up in the spot or whatever. The bitch got the candles lit or whatever.
So first off, she got candles, plural, lit, candles. Sound like a ritual to me. Keep going.
So, she telling me whatever. She want to get her freak on or whatever. So I'm like, what's up? What you want to say? I'm ready to wear it out or whatever. The bitch told me she wanted me to shit on her.
Oh, whoa. Hey, yo. Huh? You heard it right. This album came out in what, 98, 99 or something like that? You heard it right. It's right in front of our face. It say, what did the Sanhedrin say? It said, but he knew that that's not, that he didn't know that was how they, he didn't know that was how they worship that idol. He had no idea. And the Sanhedrin, guess what? Biggie probably didn't either, but he's still falling for it. And there were also lyrics. There were also lyrics that were blasphemous on this album. I'm not going to go through all the lyrics, but they can be considered detesting the law, the faith of Moses, or the law of the Judaism, the law of Moses. All right, let's keep going.
Great shot, like, what you mean? I might shit on you after I hit it. I won't call you no more. Shit on you like that. Talking about no, she want me to cock over her and shit on her stomach. I said, what the fuck? What the fuck I'm supposed to do?
That's wild, right? I know. It's wild. It's wild. It's real though.
After I shit, I'm supposed to hit that after that. This is wilding out. So, boy, after I shit's on the bitch, right? You know I shit. After I shit's on the bitch, you know, washed it.
So, they trying to make it a joke. They trying to have you overlook it. This just this one-off girl, and she just doing this just because. Nah, it's something deeper. It's right in front of our face. It's something deeper, bro.
Oh, shit.
So, that was the end of the recording, man. Hey, man, we got to be careful out here. We got to be careful out here, bro. Because Shatut matters, bro. This Shatut matters, bro. We got to be careful. Watch this. I'm going to keep going. So now, there's more to it, right? So this is this is just more and more depth about what Baal worship is, right? It says, with regard to the verse, and they call Vatikrina the people to the offerings of their gods. Number 25, that's what we in. We in Numbers 25, that's what we just reading. It says, Rabbi Eleazar says, naked women encountered them. Rabbi Yehoshua says, they all became those who experienced a seminal emission. Seminal means having something to do with semen. Look it up. Google it. Don't trust my word. Seminal means having something to do with semen. So now it says, resulting from the lust that they experienced. So they had a seminal emission resulting from the lust that they experienced. That's deep, bro. That's deep. And it ain't the end of the story. We almost done. I'm back in Numbers 25. You can let the children come back in now. You know, you can take off your headphones, whatever you was doing. You know what I'm saying? We back to the regular stuff, right? Now it says, Numbers 25:6, and behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phineas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000. So with this Baalpeor worship, 24,000 people died of a sickness. Now, keep in mind, they were defecating on people and people were dying. Now, I will say there's been an epidemic right here of people talking about, how they eating, for lack of a better word. I don't know where the kids at yet. How they eating booty, bro. Hey, it's not me, bro. If you got your eyes open and you watching anything on the internet, anything on TV, it's been a topic. And I'm befuddled. But hey, it's something that they enjoy doing. So now let's go back. Let's say, okay, now let's bring it all back together, bro. So the stumbling block, the doctrine of Balaam, is just to set a stumbling block in front of the people so that now you can take advantage of them. Right? It's causing them to go errant. This is the doctrine of Balaam. So it was still people among them that were setting stumbling blocks for other people. And the Most High said, hey, you have to remove yourself from them and those that hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans. They were both somewhat related, right? Not exactly the same thing. Now it says, verse 16, repent or else I will come unto thee quickly and fight against them with the sword of my mouth. Back to the angel with the sword. Certain Bibles, these words going to be in red. All right. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Now this is your reward. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receiveth. So, man, that's really it, man. It's deep, bro. It's deep. So what am I saying? What am I saying? Hey, make sure that you're not set. Make sure that you're not being a stumbling block. I'm also saying this is a story. This is a story in the Bible, but it's not celebrated, right? This story ain't celebrated, but it's huge. If this is what the second church in Revelation, and nobody's talking about it, it's actually pretty deep, right? If nobody wants the stone with a new name that can save you, nobody wants this stone that they talking about in Revelation. Hey, it's like, bro, I am also gonna go into to the Nicolaitans, but let's see what the Most High said. Let's just read it again. It says, but I have a few things against thee, because thou hast them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel. So you saw what just happened to the people who held the doctrine of Balaam, right? It says to eat things sacrificed unto idols and to commit fornication. So what's this fornication? The fornication is being with strange women of prostitution. The fornication is the what? The porne, right? It's a certain type of porne though. The fornication is the fornication is the seminal release, the ejaculation from the evil lust. So we have to be careful, man. We have to be careful. We got to cut these things out, man. We got to examine all of our ways. I'm trying to say it without saying it, but we have to examine all of our ways. Let's sit back and see, are we at a bottleneck? This is just church too. Are you bottlenecked at church too? And if you don't know what I mean by that, you need to go and watch the lesson before this. It's titled The 7 Ways to Get Entrance into the Kingdom of Heaven. Are you being bottlenecked at church too? If so, examine your ways and repent, or else he will come against thee quickly. Okay, so now I'm going to read what I wrote. Just a few words. All right. What lewdness is being put before you? No man or nation can keep us down if we are walking in the ways of the Most High. So if you are down, look for stumbling blocks in your life and in your children's lives, and be sure to step over them. So, hey, man, that's it, man. It was a good lesson, man. I love y'all, man. I hope y'all are receiving this. I hope this is making sense. So, peace.